You guys are live.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you guys are on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik Bear and James Dominguez Bear?
It's James Dominguez Panda Bear and Kelly Grizzly Bear.
What's going on, guys?
How you
Welcome
doing?
to another Tuesday.
Another Tuesday. I'm trying to get on the show right now. I was fucking around.
A couple of dick pickles over here.
Got a decent amount to talk about today.
Mostly just questions and rumors and fights that just got made, right?
I think so.
You
sound all muffed.
I sound muffed?
Doesn't like you because you're late. You were tardy for the fucking party.
I said I'm fucking lame.
So yeah, there is a good amount to talk about today.
These bear heads look hilarious on the screen. Look. Can we take it off? Can we take them off?
No.
All right, so, dude, this is hot.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
This
What do people? What are they asking questions?
Yes, I can't read them. This fucking head's hot, Kelly.
All right. I thought you all were being held hostage for a second.
It's fucking hot.
Yeah. What's up, Familia? Luis, I prefer. What's up, guys? How you doing? Can you see now?
Yeah, no, I can't see. I don't got my contacts in.
Oh, give me that back. I'll just keep reading.
I can read. What's up, Esteban? What's up, George? We got.
You know, I had a mountain lion today gnaw at my paw and my foot.
Did you?
Yeah. I backhand him. Cut him open pretty good.
Can we take these off?
You want to?
Yeah, it's hot.
Take yours off.
I will. It's hot.
What's it called when the people like those?
These people that dress up like animals and fuck. They dress up like bears and wolverines and shit and fuck each other.
Yeah.
I'd have to go Sean. He's a lot bigger.
Strong. You're too strong physically.
Marcos was a natural 140 pounder. He wasn't big.
And Marcos also wore you down and backed you up.
He did.
He wouldn't do that against Sean Porter,
No.
unfortunately.
And fighting Sean Porter with awkward styles, what Sean Porter likes. Sean Porter would do. I agree. Can you read that stuff? I'm being attacked by a bear.
Sorry, guys. Hungry.
Why don't you nizzle his fizzle?
Kovalev Canelo, you're right, Luis.
No, and so while you're
What's
here,
up, Mitch? Sparrow beats Garcia. I don't think so. I
in
think
Swell Box it says, "What in the name of? Am I in the wrong place?"
no, you're not.
Now you're here.
Greg's watching.
I guess I'm starting to become.
Want to pay for it. It's supposed to be Ryan Garcia and that Sparrow is gonna fight. I think Ryan Garcia is gonna beat that Sparrow kid. But I think only reason Luis says that because he's from Philly and Luis runs hard for Philly guys. So, and speaking of Philly guys, I think now they got the fight with Boots and the Russian kid. What's his name? The one that fought Mikey. The Russian kid that fought Mikey. Lipinets fight. Looking at them fighting.
And Swell says, "Kelly, you've changed, mate." Yes, I did. And then Michael Donahue says, "What do you guys think of Wilder versus Fury rematch? Who wins?"
I'm gonna go with Wilder in this rematch. I think that power, man. I don't know.
It's so hard because of that power. It really is for me to pick this. I picked the first one.
Yeah.
And I got it right. And I was lucky as shit.
Thank you.
Well,
Shit. What do we gotta do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
sorry, guys. A little technical.
Yeah. With the iPhones. Yeah. I mean, I've had it. But normally, see, with Kelly, it probably happened more because he was professional. I use headgear, so it was hard for me to get a cauliflower ear.
Actually, that's what I was saying. I've only had cauliflower one time in my career. It was in my last pro fight.
Yeah.
But usually, I guess from what I get is wrestlers have it because they constantly are pounding up with the cartilage of that part of their ear, so they don't make them drain it, and they just let them go with it because there's no reason to keep draining it when they're going to keep doing it. As with a boxer, it's very freak and rare that it happens, so they drain it immediately, so there ain't no issues with it or long-term cauliflower.
George just asked, who's the boxer of the decade? of the decade, the past 10 years? Oh, shit. Maybe Pacquiao?
I'd say Mayweather still.
Yeah, he hasn't fought, though. Kept
He
back
fought
in
all the
10
way up to
years.
what, 16
Yeah.
or 17?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say Pacquiao, maybe.
Or you could go Pacquiao for what he's doing and at the age that he's doing it.
Maybe Andre Ward.
Andre Ward's been retired. I would give it to Pacquiao.
2 years, yeah. What about Crawford?
Thanks, Holly. I appreciate
What
it.
about Crawford?
Crawford's up there, but he's still got to do a little more.
Yeah,
I mean, compared to a Mayweather,
That's-
or to a
I'm just thinking of guys
Manny
I'm
Pacquiao.
just thinking of guys in there, who would be eligible for that.
Yeah.
Um,
But going back on that with the Fury Wilder, yeah. So I think as long as that fight lasts, I got Fury again. But I mean, with Wilder's power, I mean, anything's able to happen.
It is. He can turn
end
the
it.
lights out anytime he wants, anytime
Yeah.
he gets a chance. Furman said Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, but Floyd hasn't really been fighting a lot of this for the past 5 years. Really hasn't fought too much.
But if you take from 2010,
Yeah.
we'd have to go back to BoxRec and see who he fought from 2010 to
I
2000.
wouldn't argue it if it was Floyd. I would not argue it at all.
Because if you give it to Manny and Floyd beat him within this
True.
decade,
Yeah, it's true. But look at the competition they've had since then, though. Manny and
Floyd beat Canelo Alvarez,
okay,
and that was 2011 or
yeah,
12.
I guess so.
2012, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't argue with him giving it to Floyd at all. Let me see here. Luis still says Boots is going to give Nets work until Lipinets catches him.
Yeah, this was a good fight.
But the thing is,
It's
this
going to be a test.
this thing with this Enos kid, he's never fought anybody in the top 20 or top 30, and these guys from Philly are already saying he's going to beat the next Crawford. He can beat Crawford and beat everybody. You know what I mean? When you haven't even fought what Virgil Ortiz has fought yet.
If he goes out and beats up Lipinets and beats him easy,
I'm
then
sold.
I could probably say, you know what,
Yeah.
this kid's got the package.
Yeah, but I'm not jumping on board with a kid that has not even fought anybody in the top 20 yet.
I agree.
I don't care if he has 25 fights. Show me something.
Well, he's going to have to.
Triple G or Canelo? Canelo could be. Canelo or Triple G could have been in there too for that.
You could definitely put them in there. Inswall goes, have either of you any inside track on who Dana has hired to run Zuffa Boxing?
I have no
Could
idea.
it be Rogan?
Why would they bring Rogan to do
I
it?
don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think Rogan's not versed enough in.
Yeah, I'm thinking right now it's been kind of weird, but like that fight that I commentated,
Rogan is not that well versed in boxing.
he's not. And what I'm saying, and Dana White's been working with Ludabella
Yeah.
quite a bit on some of these shows and on that Fight Pass.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
He might have Ludabella in there helping him a little bit.
I wouldn't. You know what? There's some good people that I would use for that. Richard Schaefer would be somebody I'd try to pull away from Fox. He ran Oscar's career, or Eric
Yeah.
Gomez. Eric Gomez.
Well, Schaefer's still running. He's with Top Rank a little bit, I think.
Yeah,
too.
he does a little bit with everybody.
Yeah.
But Schaefer, I'd go after. Maybe Eric Gomez from Golden Boy.
And again, Ludabella's a great
Ludabella's-
boxing knowledgeable guy.
He is.
Who's kind of faded in the game, but still a big part of it. And him and Dana White team up. I mean, that could be big.
What's up, Dan? We just talked to Dan a minute ago. Roger's on here.
No, Dana White kind of did with DeBella. Like that show that I did on.
Yeah, but if Gomez did that, because Gomez, he's like a VP of president.
Who is Gomez?
Gomez,
He's a
yeah.
VP of Golden Boy.
Would they do that?
Well, he would be offered a president job with Zuffa. He'd probably leave.
Yeah,
Know,
they
because
offer him more.
Dana Zuffa has a $1 billion budget to make boxing, and they're going to say, "Hey, Gomez, we'll give you twice what you're getting now." And Oscar and him's cool. They grew up, they're childhood friends. I don't think Oscar was gonna, because that's just another ally for him.
Yeah, and that'd be less that Oscar would have to pay him.
Yeah.
They try to keep him.
Sean.
Won't answer your text.
Yeah. Sean Monahan says, Kelly, did Bernard Hopkins ever call
You
you?
gotta get that thing done. What's that?
Sean asked you, did Bernard Hopkins ever call and check on you after your fight, like he stated he would at the end of the fight in the center of the ring?
No.
But he did. He did talk. You guys talked a couple years ago at
Yeah,
the Canelo fight, right?
First Triple G fight.
Yeah, you got to talk. What's good, my brothers, Rogers? What's up, bro? I miss you, man. What is Jim Lampley doing these days? Furman, I have no idea. Probably crying somewhere.
Hi, Roger.
What do you think?
No, Jim Lampley.
Crying.
I think it'd be great to bring back to the sport.
I
mean, he did. He cried. I understand. But you got to understand, I thought Lampley was great I thought he was a great commentator.
he was, but I sometimes I think he was just too emotional, man, for that fucking. You know, I don't know.
You like the guys, man.
I don't know. Esteban says, rumor has it that J-Rock wanted strict PED testing, and that's why Hurd pulled out of the rematch. I have no idea, Esteban. I just know that Hurd had pulled out of the fight.
Yeah.
No
matter what, it looked bad.
It's a bad look either. He said he wasn't ready. He might not be ready because he's still in cycle.
Yeah.
When you're in cycle still, you tend not to be ready for things.
Inswell said, Rogan definitely not versed, but he has numerous top boxers on his show the last few weeks and months.
Yeah,
Respect
he
to
has.
Kelly. I hope you get a gig there, champ. Thanks, man.
He's a good student of the game, and he's learning. He's learning because some of the things, like when you went on the show, I love Joe, but I facepalmed some of the things. He said, like, are you fucking, did you just say that? But I realized his specialty is MMA. It's not boxing.
UFC.
And he's learning. It's like putting you on an MMA show, and you did an MMA show, and you remember how you had to kind of catch up on things and study a little bit. George says, thoughts on Skip Bayless, said Loma has horrible footwork. And do you respect Bayless? Box opinion? If
No.
Skip Bayless and Loma has horrible footwork, I have no idea what he's talking about. And no, Skip Bayless is a moron. Because anybody in this sport would tell you that Lomachenko has some of the best footwork in the business.
By far.
Andre Ward says Lampley is teaching a college course. I could see it. He has a master's in journalism, and he started out in Los Angeles as a reporter. Jim Lampley was.
Yeah. The Quag says Rogan has a hard time with the weight classes. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
He does.
There's so many of them, though. It's not like
It is.
MMA, you know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the guy's Joe Rogan's a very intelligent guy. We're not knocking him on that. Joe Rogan is a UFC guy, though.
He's a nice guy.
Joe Rogan is a stand-up comedian. Joe Rogan is a game show host. He does a lot of things. So, yeah, stuntman.
He was an actor. He was on news radio, right?
So, I mean, if he makes a hiccup in boxing, he still, for the most part, knows what's going on, and he's a guy who's trained in combat sports. And so, I mean, he's not totally out of the loop on it.
No,
you know?
not at all.
And he's a guy that will learn, if he really wanted to, he would learn really quick.
Mitch has a good question. Kelly, you can answer this one. Thurman versus Spence, what's your feel?
Oh, man, Spence. Probably stoppage.
Yeah, I don't see Thurman be able to compete with Errol Spence.
No.
Thurman's style is made for a guy like Errol Spence. I'll tell you what, though. I'm really going to say that Errol Spence is not going to have the easiest time with Sean Porter, like people think. I don't know. I think Sean Porter is just a little rough.
It's going to be a rough fight for however long it goes.
I think Errol Spence is going to win the fight.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't think it's going to be an easy night for him.
I mean, Sean Porter, he just gets in there, man. He's strong, and he
pushes you.
He
around.
makes it an ugly fight.
That's his only chance to win that fight, is to make that fight ugly.
And that's been the style too.
He's gonna have to really make it ugly, because if you give a guy like Errol Spence some room, he's gonna hurt you.
Damon goes, do you guys agree with Andre Ward saying if a fighter is talking too much, he has a weakness?
Yes.
Is it better to stay quiet and observe? All right, Damon, that is a very good question. I'm going to give you my answer on that. I was a guy who didn't talk hardly at all. Didn't talk shit. And most of your guys, we even go into a guy like Khabib in the UFC.
Don't talk.
Yeah, your guys that are there, they're there for business, and they got shit on their mind, and they got nerves going, and they got everything else. So they're there. They just want to get through the fucking press conference.
Yeah.
They want to make weight. They want to get in that ring and fight and be done with it, and go in and do what they worked their asses off in training camp.
Yeah.
People who are talking got some hesitation, or a little afraid, or doubting themselves, and they feel that they got to talk their way into a fight. And then you got some, very few, like Mayweather,
that can talk shit,
who is just that good and don't give a shit and is that confident. But that's very rare to have that, as far in between.
Also, anybody knew Floyd, he wasn't that way in his private life. Floyd was trying to sell a fight, and that's what he does well. He sells a fight.
That's it. He was more of a business, but for the most part, talking about the average fighter that talks shit, yeah, I do believe Andre Ward's right. The guys that are the most dangerous are the ones that come to the press conference. Hey, glad to be here. Can't wait to get in the ring Saturday night. Good luck to my opponent and me. Those are the ones you got to watch out for.
Sonny says, happy 2-year anniversary for me as a follower. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate it. He's been following for 2 years. That's awesome. Cool. Happy anniversary.
Thanks, Sonny.
Send me your address and we'll send you something out.
James Burrell says, I'm rooting for Sean. He is a class act, and I like to see him get a legacy win.
I still think Sean's dad looks like the neighbor from Everyone Hates Chris. Remember the old man?
Yeah.
Sean Monahan says, Kelly, do you think anybody in the middleweight division could have competed at your tenure as a champ? If so, who would be a good matchup? I think Triple G.
I think Triple G would have been a really good one.
Danny Jacobs.
I think Jacobs would have been the Taylor.
But he could have competed.
Yeah, definitely. Triple G would have been a tough fight. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it would have been a shitty fight. It would have hurt. It would have been like a Miranda type thing. Canelo wouldn't have been an easy fight. I just think
Andre Ward,
styles and everything else. I think Canelo would have been a little more easier for me with my size.
He's small.
Yeah, I know you guys are going to say that Sergio Martinez came up, but it was two different styles.
Andre Ward would have been a good one.
Andre Ward would have been a really good one, especially
really
because
scary.
Andre
That's
Ward,
a scary fucking fight, man.
Yeah, because Andre Ward was a 168 guy, natural.
Darren Shabat says, I heard Mikey and Pacquiao are negotiating. That's a good fight. I wish Mikey had fought him instead of Spence. They're more even size. I would,
Steve?
but the problem is with Mikey and a lot of them, it's so hard to negotiate. They've already had 3 or 4 fights fall through. Mm-hmm. The problem is, here's what I see. Mikey wants to be A side. Manny is going to be A side. How are they going to make this work? Because Mikey's used to being the A side right now. He was even A side against Errol Spence.
And Mikey really don't have he's kind of got a bitch, and so does Manny, though.
Manny's always the A side, so we're gonna see how this pans out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some hard negotiating because Manny don't play around when it comes to negotiating, neither does Mikey. So I'm more concerned about the negotiation, the business side of it, than the actual fight. But
Ricardo goes, I saw a video of Ellie interviewing Robert Garcia. He wants to see Virgil Ortiz fight Broner next. What do you guys think?
Why not? That's a good gateway fight for him.
It is. I think it's a big test too. And I think you get past it.
Roger said, are we coming out for Spence and Porter?
We're going to try.
We're going to try, definitely. We were already talking about that.
Jake Miller says, Kelly, who's the best dirty boxer you faced? And what was it he used to slow down the fight that bothered you the most? Well, obviously, that's going to be Hopkins. And, I mean, can you consider Hopkins a dirty fighter? Yeah. Can you consider it a tactic? Yeah. I mean, him and Andre Ward. I seen a thing on one of the boxer groups yesterday about Andre Ward.
They were talking about because Joe Rogan. They were talking about him being dirty.
I mean, Andre Ward was fucking dirty, dude, and he roughed you up, but it worked, and he was smart enough. It was a hell of a strategy and tactic, and you know what? You can't bitch about it. If you don't like what he's doing, stop him from doing it. Yeah. Right? I guess that's the way to go about it. But yeah, I would say Hopkins. I mean, Hopkins was smart when he did it, and it was a hell of a tactic.
I'll tell you one thing though about Andre Ward. I watched the Rogan. Did you watch the interview with Rogan? With Andre Ward?
I want to.
Fucking great. Anyway, he said the same thing. But the one thing that Rogan had brought up about Andre Ward is he got hit after the bell. He never retaliated. Well, you would never see Ward retaliate and hit you because Ward said, "Okay," like Ward said, "You got me now. I'll get you the next round."
Oh,
it's on.
Andre Ward says, "I got away with 7 of those that round, so I ain't gonna bitch."
No, but he was he was talking about when Kovalev hit him after the bell.
Yeah.
That, and he's like, "Don't worry, I got you the next
But
round."
I'm being serious too when I say that.
Andre
I mean,
Ward.
some of them fucking low blows. Damon goes, "Is Andy Ruiz doing too much on social media? Does he beat AJ worse? The same or take a loss?" Here's my take on that. I think Ruiz is really enjoying his victory.
His time.
And it could be short-lived, and then he's going to turn around and say, where did everything go? I see the videos. I see everything that's going on.
See him not training.
Yeah, and the money that's being spent. I wish somebody would like slow him down. I mean, listen, does he have the right to enjoy it? Hell yeah, man. You just went in against a monster.
He's a heavyweight
champ. And you survived. You knocked him out, and you are the heavyweight world champion. Yes, go celebrate, but man, in moderation. I guess he might be. I think he still stands a good chance.
Are you on YouTube or Facebook?
I'm on YouTube.
Okay. Mitch says, I like Mikey Garcia. I think he's got most fighters tied up. I love Mike too. Known Mike forever. Right now, I just like to see Mikey fight. And right now, he has every right to take time off. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet. I think they're pushing him to fight.
Who's that?
Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't taken a year off yet. I've seen Mikey back in the gym, so I'm sure something's up. I have no idea. I haven't talked to Robert in probably 2 months. Probably been a month or two since I've talked to Robert. I try not to bug him too much, you know what I mean? His phone never quits going. If you've ever been around him, you always see his phone just goes beep, beep, beep all day. I'm like, fuck, man.
Hey, TP Cast goes, your thoughts on not testing for PEDs? My thoughts is only test right before the fight for amphetamines or other pharmaceutical stimulants.
No.
Use of anabolics during training, let each fighter choose.
No.
No, here's my take on it. First of all, you should do random testing throughout camp.
You can cycle in and off.
Yeah, because even though you're off the cycle, your testosterone levels are still going to be higher than normal. So yes, that's cheating. Secondly, it's helping you with weight cut and weight loss.
You're still strong post-cycle.
Exactly. So that right there, and then of course, if you test right before. I think if you get caught with PEDs, that you should be in a combat sport or football, that you should be jailed for a good amount of time. It should be a federal offense, especially with the deaths that are happening in boxing.
Justin, are we going to BJ's tonight? Are you going to BJ's?
I can't tell
you snake! You told us you were going.
I know.
Did she cook dinner?
Yeah, same here.
You snakes! I didn't even eat. What? You? Okay, well, I'm not gonna make it home.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at on that. Headbutts and headlocks, lots of wrestling. I imagine that's with Ward. And then Michael Donahue, James and I know, you guys see Fernando Vargas' son is boxing.
Yeah. Mike, you have Fernando Vargas' little brother on the page right now. He's actually watching, and with Roger Romo's on the page. Yeah, Emmy boxes, Amado boxes, and Papas, Fernando Jr. Yeah. They all three box. Yes, we see.
Good. They're good as hell.
Emmy's a monster. Emmy might be I think he's ranked #1 in the nation in 3 different weight classes.
The Quack says, isn't HGH and others out of your system in a day or two? That's going to be hard to catch. No, that stays in.
HGH is a low, HBO has a fast shelf life, an ester, but it still stays in your blood.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys get off the cycle going into camp because 2 months, if you're still cycling, could possibly show up, depending on what country you have feeding you the steroids.
Most cycles are 12 weeks. Cycles are 12 weeks, and then they take 12 weeks off, and you take 12 weeks on. But most people that are cycling, they stay on testosterone the whole time, so their shit works. So everything don't freeze up.
You seem to know a lot more than me.
I've been reading about it. I've been reading. Don't be accusations at me. Quit looking at me, Swan. You remember that? Quit looking at me, Swan.
Was that that was Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Dan Martinez goes, why are guys writing off Kovalev so badly against Canelo?
Because they don't like him.
Does Kovalev, what Buddy McGirt stick move? No, I don't think he should. Listen, Damon, I agree. I got Kovalev in that fight, so I'm obviously not writing him off. I think, unfortunately, it's too big of a jump.
You got Roger laughing at me now. Buddy can do a lot of things for Kovalev, but changing his style he won't be able to do. But he's helped him with the jab, and he's helped him be more active, and he has more discipline in camp, hopefully, with Buddy. But the way to beat Canelo is not trying to box with Canelo. You're not going to do well with him. Personally, I think what I would focus on was just putting that big body on him and keeping pressure on Canelo.
Just let Kovalev go in and fight like he always does.
And just put pressure on him.
Yeah, because Canelo's going to have to change and adapt to the size difference and the power.
Canelo does fight well off his back foot, but that might not be enough.
It's not against a guy with that size. I mean, listen, is the fight still possible for Canelo to win because of the age factor of Kovalev? Absolutely, but I just think the size difference is going to be too much.
It is big. And, they're saying it's only 175. It's not. It's
totally different.
Kovalev walks around about 225. He walks around at that, and then he's coming to 75.
168 is the difference from 160, let alone 75.
Canelo, let's just say Canelo's at 185, 190. Let's just say he's at 190. That's still 30 fucking pounds of weight.
Even if they fight at a catch weight, which everybody
They're not. Saying. They're not catching.
I know, but even if they did.
You know what my thing is this? And there was somebody on the punchline page I had to get rid of up there. No one gives Canelo credit for shit. Canelo could do anything, and he'll never be, it's because of Clam. It's because the motherfucker can fight.
He can't fight.
He can fight.
And that's why he still has a snowball's chance in hell of winning this.
And then what does somebody say? Canelo's never fought anybody. The guy said this. He said, Canelo never fought anybody. He ducked Andrade. So he ducked Andrade to move up 2 weight classes to fight Kovalev, but he ducked Andrade, who fights every 2 years and hasn't fought anybody yet.
Oh, I know. That goes back to me ducking Paul Williams to go up and fight Bernard Hopkins.
You ducked
at light heavyweight. You know what I mean? It's just fucked up. But they don't give Canelo credit.
I got a question that people might have. Now, Canelo's saying this, but what does Canelo say in the Kovalev? When a professional boxer gets put up against somebody, and again, like you guys said, you guys recommend against that. But is this Canelo's choice or is this his promotion company's choice? I mean, are they forcing him to do it?
You probably know better than I would.
What's the say in that?
I would say from somewhere along the line,
It's both.
it could be both on this one for one reason. Usually it is the promoter, and the fighter gets to blame.
So it
But-
might not be Canelo but it could be Canelo just wanting to push himself to the max.
I think it could be Canelo chasing the history now. He's already won so many different weight classes, and to jump up 2 weight classes to win a world title is something that's very rarely done. And other than I think Roy Jones did it to heavyweight. So
Andre Ward did it.
yeah, that might be where Canelo is looking at this. Like, if he could go up and beat a badass like Kovalev at light heavyweight from middleweight, that really cements him in the history books as one of the greatest fighters, and you can say that. So I think it's a little bit of both, and I'm sure Golden Boy is saying, let's give it a go.
Yeah, but you know,
They made their money off of him.
thing is this. I don't know. They said that you ducked 147-pound Paul Williams to fight Hopkins at 175. That makes no fucking sense.
173.
Well, yeah, 173. But you were a Subway sandwich from being 75.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
At that point, 73
really
to 75, you just wake up with you haven't shit yet. You're
By the
175.
time I eat that and digest it and poop it out, I'm still
Right?
173.
Brian says, "Is this too quick of a turnaround for Kovalev?" I don't think so. Darren.
What do you say?
Is it too quick of a turnaround for Kovalev? I don't think so.
Well, he probably needs
He
it.
needs to. You give that guy another year to get ready. He's going to
Yeah.
be older.
Yeah. He's at that tender age.
37?
The jab on the back foot would work on Canelo.
Who jabs off the... Kovalev doesn't jab off the back foot. He can't even walk off his back foot. That's how you beat Kovalev, is keep him off his back foot like Ward did.
Damon says, is ring geometry and technical footwork still being taught in the gyms, or is being replaced with strength and conditioning advancements?
I think it depends what gym you're in.
Okay. I got a good one on that, and people are going to think I'm crazy. I know one guy, Rudy Hernandez, is totally against it.
Yep.
I actually, anymore this day and age, going back to it in 2019, with the strength and speed of these fighters and natural ability, I think less time needs to be put in the boxing gym, and I think a little bit more time in strength and conditioning. Here's the reason. Some of these guys have 120 amateur fights. They got 30 pro fights and are getting ready to fight for a world title. They've been boxing. They've been in the gym. They know it. I think sometimes bag work. I think in boxing gym, work on the hand pads with a good coach on the mitts, and sparring and shadow boxing are the big things to worry about. Mm-hmm. And I think your conditioning will come from the sparring, the pad work, and then your running and everything else. When you go on a heavy bag, a guy today came in, he's looking to do something with a punching bag and put a face on it. And I said, usually I think punching bags should be thrown out. I go, because every time you throw a combo on a punching bag, it is not a combo that you're going to throw. For most boxers, when you send me to a punching bag,
that's conditioning.
That was my time to take a break.
Yep.
Because I know how to manipulate the bag. I know how to do it, hit it.
Good fighters know how to manipulate the bag.
And yeah, 90% of the time throughout that round, the combinations I threw on the bag, I never fucking threw in a fight. Well, but I would do shit like that. When you get on the pads work and you got a trainer working, especially for a fight for a world title where you're working on your opponent, let's say Kovalev, and what he does, that's where it comes. And I think the other time needs to be put into working on that athleticism and the fast twitch muscle and your cardio and everything else. That's where the importance comes in this day and age.
I see Robert Garcia has a Vertimax now.
Does he?
Yes, I saw 2 Vertimaxes in the gym now.
Uh-oh.
Who do you think brought those in? Doc Anderson?
Oh, it may have been Cecilio. Or no, not Cecilio. I don't know, whoever.
Yeah, there's 2 Vertimaxes in there I saw.
I had it first.
They probably got it off you.
I just say I brought it up to Roger.
Roger said he's gonna be tired from last camp. Do you think Canelo will be more skilled than Floyd was? I don't think Canelo's ever gonna be more skilled than Floyd. Floyd's a special fighter. That's a Floyd Mayweather was, to me, my opinion. I don't know what Kelly's is, but Floyd Mayweather was a once in a generation type fighter. He was what Sugar Ray Leonard was, Roy Jones, Oscar De La Hoya, those type of fighters that you may get one of every 10 or 15 or 20 years. He's one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Steve Z says, I give Andrade for beating the Polish guy, Sulecki. But other than that, who has the beat?
That's exactly what I said. For them to say Canelo ducked him. Canelo don't need Andrade. Andrade needs Canelo.
Absolutely.
Jeff's watching. Kelly, Mitch wants to know, would you post your contract from the Hopkins fight? I would like to see who picked the ring gloves and judge.
I don't got that fucking contract.
You don't.
Who the fuck would I have that contract?
Call Cameron. Cameron,
Can you pull up 2008? James Burrell says, I think baseball is good training. It's fun and doesn't turn into a grind.
Well, I can tell you this, Kelly. You picked the gloves. They said who picked gloves? You picked your gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually bring it. They brought
give you
them
different
there.
sets.
Yeah. That James Burrell had a good question.
What's that?
Real quick. I think basketball is good training. It's fun and doesn't turn into a grind. Did you guys engage in any fun stuff in your regimen?
Football.
James, actually, I did. And going into that with the training, I think that's where it's a really good idea to do a cross training and stuff like that because it builds the athleticism. Absolutely. First of all, every day you train for 6-7 hours a day and you run and this and that. When it gets bored of that shit and you got to lose weight, I pick up basketball game at night. So now you're getting the fucking athleticism, you're burning the calories, and it's an extra workout. I did tennis.
Yep.
The first 2 times I played, thank God I was good at it. But after the second time of playing, the cross training, the running, and the footwork for tennis was fantastic. Absolutely, I truly suggest it for any fighter.
Yeah. What I would do is I would go to the football field. And there'd be quarterbacks out there throwing. I would run routes.
Yeah, routes.
I would run a lot of routes because I'd run deep posts. I'd run fly patterns because I was running 30 and 40 yards. But I didn't realize I was running because I was focusing on catching the ball.
It was fun. I used to do that in Vegas.
Yeah.
We go to Durango High School in Vegas, and I'd run pass pattern.
When you had top ranked gym.
Yeah, and that's when I threw the football that Max Kellerman talked
basketball, about. I never liked the basketball because I was always worried about rolling my ankle because I'd always roll them, like step on somebody's foot coming down and there goes your ankle. There was a good question here. Joe Perret says, I see a lot of people making a big deal about Kovalev versus Canelo fight being in November. They claim that it's too soon for Kovalev. I don't think Kovalev has a lot of time on his side. I think he needs to get that fight early.
Stay active.
I mean, I don't think this fight really taxed Kovalev as bad as some of the other fights. If he fought Ward, I could see it. But let's face it, man, this guy was good, but he wasn't. I don't think it taxed him enough, to where he's going to be.
He'll recover.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah, he's still in shape.
These guys, a lot of these guys, when they fight, they're in the gym that Monday training. They're sparring again.
Yeah. And that's where it becomes too much, though.
Yeah, it does. Love you too, Mitch. Thank you for watching. Mitch doesn't like whether he's boring, and some people get that knock on Floyd, but Floyd's not for everybody.
If you're a boxing guy, you're a true fan of the sport, you're going to appreciate what he does.
But for me personally, I would rather watch Floyd than I would Arturo Gotti for me. Not that I don't love Arturo. I appreciate the science of the sport.
Exactly.
I would rather watch Lomachenko than I would Errol Spence.
Yeah.
Because
I'd rather watch Crawford than Gotti or somebody like that.
It's just because I
shouldn't say that. I mean, I don't
he
know.
was your buddy.
No, but Gotti's fucking fights were fun, dude.
Oh, they were fun, but you know what? I understand what you're saying, though, but Gotti wasn't going to give you any beauty in the sport unless you were looking for heart,
Mm-hmm. Damon goes, Michael Donnie says, who's the best counter puncher in the game right now? Canelo?
Inoue?
I'd say Canelo.
I was Canelo or Inoue.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Crawford. Fuck. Sorry, guys, Crawford. I forgot all about Crawford.
Yeah.
Maybe Crawford, Inoue, Canelo, and Usyk would be some of the best counter punchers. Because Usyk will fuck you up.
Yeah, he will. Damon says, does anyone care that Fury is fighting Wallin? Not really.
It's going to only end there's only 2 ways this fight's going to end, Damon, and I really think so. I think Fury's going to dog walk Wilder, or either Wilder's going to knock Fury out. That's the only way it's going to end. It has to be one of those 2 ways.
You put Wallin. You meant Wilder.
Roger said, I think Canelo's body shots will slow him down, will slow Kovalev down. I can see that too.
Yeah, but he's got to get in there to that. I mean, again, it's going to be different going against him. And Roger knows the shit, but it's going against a 175-pound guy, hitting you in the shoulders, jabbing you when you come in.
Roger, I think Roger is intimately familiar with Kovalev being in all these camps and actually working with him in fights.
Yeah, that makes it,
and he knows that Kovalev's weakness is his body. And I'm sure if they know it, Canelo knows that's where Kovalev's always been hurt, is his body.
And Canelo will go there, but
staying in there.
I just keep saying, staying in there with a guy like Kovalev, that's that much bigger than him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Floyd versus Gotti was brutal, George, no doubt.
The Quag says, do you guys think Donaire has a chance?
Of course he has a chance.
I do.
He has a chance. Donaire's a great fighter, but I really don't see a scenario where Inouye's going to lose this fight. I think Inouye's going to stop him in the first 4.
I'm still leaning towards Inoue, but I
Leaning?
definitely.
You're leaning? Or?
I've been going with him, but
I have it going like 5 rounds or less.
I still think Donaire could give it a fight for a little bit. I think he's still that talented.
You know, here's what I'm thinking, and I know styles make fights, Kelly, but when I know I can't put the kid, the Jamaican kid, Nick Walters knocked out Donaire in 2 rounds, and I think Inoue hits harder than Nick Walters. Nick Walters is a 1-punch guy too. But,
going back on that, speaking of Walters, you know, fucking Lomachenko fought 2 guys in all the top ratings that have, like, in the past 2 decades, the fastest hands in the sport.
Yeah.
And Lomachenko beat both of them
Easily.
but he didn't fight anybody.
Oh yeah. Oh, Lomachenko's never fought anybody. Yeah. He didn't beat 9 world champions out of 4.
The reason why I bring it back up is I just seen it today on YouTube.
I saw it too. I saw this guy say that
Linares and Russell.
Yeah, Lomachenko's overrated. He's never fought anybody yet. He's fought 9 world champions in 14 fights.
And 2 of these guys would have got the fastest hands in the last 2 decades.
Who? Gary Russell?
And this is a big one that named everybody from back in 2000 or 2010. Yeah. 2000, the last 2 decades. Yeah, it was Linares and Gary Russell.
Exactly. You know what? But there's just certain fighters, no matter what they do, is never going to be good enough. You know? I think Canelo has that. I think Lomachenko. But I think anytime anybody's good, that's what I think. Roy Jones had that same thing, and I think Oscar had it, and I think Lennox Lewis had it, and Sugar Ray Leonard had it back in the day. Oh, he would never beat Roberto Duran. He would never beat Marvin Hagler, and he did.
Yep. James Burrow says, "What do you guys think about KSI versus Logan Paul? Good or bad for the sport?"
I watched the fight last year. My daughter, our good friend Delilah. Would judge that first fight in London. She judged it, and they gave and Logan Paul gave Morgan a big shout out on Instagram. I think she had like 300,000 views on her page for that. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Ooh. Yeah. It just guys, they're YouTube stars. I don't know. They're not fighters, but you know, they sold 50,000 seats for that though.
It's like sad. Fighting Willis.
50,000 seats were sold in England for that in Wembley.
Sad.
You couldn't get 50,000.
Did you guys watch when Vanilla Ice fought Willis?
I did.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
Did you ever?
Willis beat his ass.
Dude, did you see Oscar De La Hoya versus Shaq?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was great. And Shane Mosley fought Shaq too, didn't he? Oscar whooped Shaq's ass, dude.
He did.
And you know what the thing is? Oscar said he had to hit him hard because he couldn't keep him off of him.
Like, no, 700 or 7 foot, 300 pounds.
He was 400. He was like 400 that fight. He was like 380, and Oscar was like 160 at the time.
170, yeah, 170 at most.
At most, and he's having a crack because he I know that Shaq probably wasn't throwing as hard as he could, but even Oscar said like half the power that he hit him with was like rocking him, like he was getting rocked, just getting touched by Shaq.
Yeah.
Shane Mosley said the same thing.
Who was the dude? Remember Big Diesel in wrestling?
Yeah.
Floyd really did break his nose in real life.
Yeah, he broke his nose.
I mean,
did you ever see that?
Kevin Nash?
Yeah.
No,
it was a Big Show.
Big Show.
Big Show. Okay.
Did you ever see that?
That's a Big Diesel. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did you see that? Floyd and Big. Watch it on YouTube, bro. You should. He got up there, and I guess Floyd hit him with a straight right and left hook.
But Big Diesel was on his knees, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's a big jump.
Yeah, like he got down and like
he was taunting Floyd though, wasn't he?
Yeah, Big Diesel. Actually, I guess Big Diesel was really pissed off in real life, though.
Yeah, he was taunting Floyd, so he got on his knees to fight him. Big Show.
Big Show. Sorry, Big Show was really pissed off and like.
Nash actually hangs out around this area.
Yeah.
He has very close friends here. I've worked out with him before at the Sharon Country Club.
Street.
What'd you do with him?
Nothing. He comes in.
Oh, I know you said you worked out with him like Jet.
I did. I asked him. I went to approach him.
Yeah.
Because I just had a rib injury. It was 2009, and I'd seen him there before over the years.
Yeah.
And I was always looking for an excuse to talk to him.
Yeah.
And since I had a rib injury, I asked him about good ab exercises that I could do while having a rib injury.
Yeah.
Since he was a professional wrestler, I figured.
They have rib injuries every week.
He gave me some great
planks.
It was fucking awesome. But he's friends. There's an auction group, Rimo Brothers Auction. and those are like his best buds. And he comes in for like 2 or 3 weeks every year during the summer, and he hangs out over in the Hermitage.
Wow.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, Floyd, he was pissed off.
Tall as fuck, and all his kids are fucking tall.
I bet.
Are they?
He's got a big family. He's got a lot of kids. And they're all very nice, super. Like he was a really nice kid.
Yeah, was he pissed off? He got on his knees and like taunted Floyd, and Floyd hit him, right? Broke his nose.
Yeah, Floyd ran out of the ring.
He ran. The whole team ran, didn't they?
Yeah, they were like, "Fuck that."
Even what's his name? What's his manager's name? Your buddy, Floyd's manager.
Oh,
he fucking ran too.
I forget.
Tracy's on. Hi, Tracy. I'm gonna see Tracy next week. Tracy's going to the Usyk fight too.
Oh, cool.
Yep, she's gonna be there. We're gonna be there too.
Damon had a good one. We'll see her there. Damon says, Chino Madonna versus Mickey Ward at 140.
Oh, Madonna. Yeah. Madonna.
It'd be a fucking fight.
It'd be a barn burner, but
for however long it lasted.
But I like Mickey Ward, but Madonna was just fucking.
Mickey Ward. Only thing Mickey Ward really had in that fight was that hook. He had a brutal hook to the body. You know what? And he threw it, and you could see it coming. So what I think hurt people was where he would land that at.
Right
like
under.
He would loop it around, even if you knew it was coming. He came around like right on that back fat, that soft part.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, when he hit Gotti there, and Gotti just buckled. I was like, oh shit.
But he landed it on everybody. So I mean, even good fighters, he hurt fighters with that. I mean, it was
Antonio
slow.
Diaz he hurt with that, but Diaz outboxed him.
But it was slow as shit, but he landed it.
You know, that was one of the best fights I've ever seen. If you ever want to see a good technical fighter against a brawler type, look up Mickey Ward and Antonio Diaz. Look up that fight. That fight was just textbook boxing, like you want to see.
Mm-hmm. No, Salwan goes, you guys rock.
Who?
No, our homie, no.
Oh shit.
What's up, Noel? James Brawl says someone as big as Shaq can hurt you without even trying.
That motherfucker.
Oh, we just got a trip and fall
dude,
on me.
He hit Oscar, and I think his back teeth clicked off his throat. You know what I mean? Like
that's like any normal man just hitting a fly.
Right. Like, even if you knew fucking jiu-jitsu, what are you really gonna fucking? Yeah, I hope you're in shape.
He knows jiu-jitsu too.
If I knew jiu-jitsu and I smoked, I'd be fucked still.
Size 21 shoe. That's fucking.
Dude, you know how much hard you would have to work to get him in a fucking leg bar or a fucking arm bar?
It's tough because it's awkward because his limb is so fucking.
You know, 20 size 21.
You would have to wear him down jiu-jitsu. You would just have to wear him down if you could, and just then take the arm bar.
Even things that are designed stuff, like they have the things that are called the giant killers.
You go behind, grab
balls. You still got to manipulate and do it on somebody.
You do. I would. You know what? I would manipulate the smaller ones like ankle locks. I would hit the ankle lock and the wrist lock. I wouldn't do arm bars. I'd go something small.
Depending on what the rules are, some of those fights.
But if it's an MMA fight, we could do an ankle lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd roll like an alligator. You know what I mean?
You know how hard it would be to get that? Do you know how hard it would be? Do you know how hard it would be to get that ankle lock? That ankle lock with a size 21 shoe.
It's still easier than trying to put that fucking club of an arm in an arm bar, right?
True. Or just go around the back side and grab them fucking nuts and hang on for dear life.
I bet you that motherfucker's dick's big, dude.
I bet you that motherfucker would jump high as shit and it would hurt when he came back down.
And the only reason I know his foot is that fucking big is because my brother wears a size fucking 18 shoe, and I was like, there's got to be somebody out there bigger than him. The only person I could find is.
Yeah, they used to have him at Foot Locker back in like the late 98 or 99.
For $20 for
sure.
They used to have the stamps on the fucking thing. Like,
yeah.
And you're like,
I mean, I got a size 14,
like
and that's considered a big shoe.
Dude, have you seen how big my shoe is?
You put my shoe, I got a size 14. When you put mine next to
size 9, baby.
That is pretty small, man.
What?
You put my size 14 next to Shaq's. It still looks like a baby booty.
It does. It looks like Sydney's shoe with yours.
All right, here. Let me get to some of these real quick. Okay. The Quag said, Khan dropped Madonna with the left hook. If Ward lands that, game over. Okay, Quag, but still, I mean, what's the chance?
Khan laughed at that. It was faster.
Ward didn't hit Gotti that much and didn't knock Gotti out. Gotti was there to be hit. Madonna is a totally different fight, man. Styles. I think it would be interesting and fun while it lasted. I love Mickey Ward. I think he's a great fighter, great person. I just have to go with Madonna on that.
Joel said, "What's your take on Pedraza and Zepeda?" I have Jose Zepeda. I think Jose is really good. I'm going to take Jose Zepeda. I think he gave Ramirez life and death when he fought Ramirez. I'm gonna go with Chon in that fight.
Steve Z said Antonio Diaz was a badass along with Julio.
You know,
Great boxing family.
I fought Antonio in the amateurs.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, they were great. I like them guys.
I do too. Do you remember when we saw him? Do you remember when we saw Antonio in Vegas? I was talking to him about fighting him in the amateurs. He's
I
like,
fought on their undercard.
Yeah.
My pro debut.
I said, you know what's funny? I think I fought Antonio when I was like 11 or 12, and he remembered the fight. Like, I bet you remember it, motherfucker. You beat me up.
TP Cass. And championship fights, what is your opinion on having 5 ringside judges instead of 3? Or 3 ringside and 2 watching out of the arena?
It just
on
gives
video
2 more judges to fuck
not-
something else up, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
What else? There was a good one here with you. Jeff, how's it going? It's going great. What do you think about the 5 judges compared to 3?
I agree with what you said. I mean, it does. It's not, I hate to say it, not being funny.
Yeah.
It gives more reasons to screw it up.
I'll tell you what I do like about California now. Have you seen the extra referee they're using now? What they do is they have the referee in the ring and they have a referee outside the ring. So when somebody gets dropped, that referee starts counting, right?
Yeah.
And then the referee gets the other fighter.
Yeah.
He gets the other fighter to his corner and he picks up that referee's count.
That's
That's something they should have done for Wilder and Fury, though, because you wouldn't have this issue.
The Quag says you would have to choke Shaq. Well, good luck trying to get to that.
Hey.
David Martin. Yeah, that's just the easy way to do it.
Hey, Julie's watching. Hey, Julie, I just saw you in the parking lot earlier.
Hey, let me get that 6-foot ladder real quick. I'm going to choke this motherfucker.
Julie from Pittman from the gym.
Tell her I said hey.
Kelly says hi. I just saw her in the parking lot when she was leaving.
Mm-hmm. Damon goes, okay, here's one, and I know who I got. Yeah. Costa Zoo versus Terrence Crawford at 140. Crawford.
And I'm not saying Zoo has great power, but he didn't have great movement. And until Zab Judah got caught, Zab Judah was wrecking Costa Zoo until he got caught. Even Miguel Angel Gonzalez gave Zab or Costa life and death too.
And you got a guy like Crawford who's big. That's a big welterweight.
People, until you see Crawford, and Damon's seen Crawford, you don't realize how big he is until you.
I can't believe he still fought at 140.
Even Justin, weren't you surprised how big Crawford is? Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I know that before he jumped up to 147, I was like, it's going to be different going to 147. Now, here's the difference. I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite, guys, when I explain this.
Yeah.
It's not that because I thought he was small going up to 147.
Yeah.
It's the fact that when you're going into a new weight class, it's different when you're going up. And then you're going up to fighting a big guy like Spence. That's what we were really talking about. And Porter, that's different with those type welterweights that are naturally big welterweights that are coming down.
I think Spence should be 54. I mean, by all rights, he could be 54. I'm not saying he should be. I'm just saying.
Nobody that I've seen is more scary than Crawford's wife. She is intimidating.
Crawford's wife? Yeah. I'll tell you what. That chick's right. She's ride or die, isn't she? She's
fantastic. I mean, she's a great.
Hey, at that press conference, she punked out Khan, his trainer. The only one that put her in her place was Terrence himself, wasn't he? Terrence checked his wife.
I think he was afraid to do it, but he did it because he needed to.
He needed to because she started saying something. He said, "Calm down." He yells at her, "Calm down." And I was like, you know what? But I had a feeling that Terrence runs shit at home, though. Hey,
I don't know.
I'm telling you,
she's a very supportive woman.
She is.
And she was scared. I'd listen to her.
Hey,
I'm not gonna question.
Do you know? But let me tell you what. Do you know who the woman behind the throne was there?
Not that I question Crawford anyway.
Yeah, no, yes, but sir. Hey, you know who the power behind the throne is there though? Terrence's mama. Terrence's mama was the power behind the throne.
Well, that's always the case usually in that situation.
Hey, she was there with a pair of gray Cherokee pants, the kind that you get at Target, and a pair of like fake Uggs.
You got shit stains on the bottom of your
No, it's not. It's mud from my car, from the trunk. I don't got shit stain on the bear. It's not no shit stain on the bear. It's mud. But she had those Cherokee pants, and she was drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette in the lobby of the Stewart Hotel. I said, you know what? I'm done. I said, is she drinking a beer inside the lobby of a 5-star hotel? She didn't give a shit.
She can.
She was drinking a bottle.
Hey, she'll fucking put Crawford in place too. There we go.
I'm sure she has.
Some good ones. All right, first the Quag says, you ain't arm barring him, that's for sure. No. Good luck on the leg locks too. Everyone needs to breathe.
I said ankle lock.
Damon says, guys, does winner of Canelo versus Kovalev face the winner of Better Be versus Boasting?
I hope not.
I think if Kovalev wins it, it's going to be more easier. I think if Canelo by some chance wins, that he should go back down and just say, you know what, I did it.
You know, personally, here's
I
what,
think Bostic wins those.
yeah. But personally, here's what I think is going to happen. I think Canelo wins. If he wins, I think you're going to see him with Bivol at 68 or either Benavidez at 68. That's the logical choice for me. And both those guys will beat Canelo. I personally feel Bivol beats him, and so does Benavidez. Benavidez might as well be a cruiserweight as big as he is.
My brother Ricky got a real good one here.
What Ricky say?
Ooh. Willie Pep versus Rigondeaux.
Willie Pep. Willie Pep.
That's a good one.
You know why? I'll tell you. Here's why. Rigondeaux, we know, doesn't have a heart. We know his heart. You imagine you put Rigondeaux with a guy that it'll make you miss everything you throw at him and then counter you, because Pep is one of those counter
He made
punches.
those guys, but that was a while back.
But he's made. But I don't. But
the only one that did it to Rigondeaux though was, of course, Lomachenko.
But who did he fight prior to that?
Donaire.
Donaire was
He was
already
a good fighter.
Yeah, but Donaire fought him coming straight forward. But what happens when you fight a guy?
He had no choice.
But what happens?
Donaire is a hell of a
And he still dropped.
fighter.
He still dropped Rigondeaux in that fight. You remember? I don't know, man. I'm gonna say I would go with Pep. I think Pep would frustrate the shit out of him.
It's a great matchup.
It is.
Though.
I think Pep. But you know what? I'm also too. I'm like I'm kind of biased, Willie Pep, because my grandma grew up with him in Connecticut. You know, back in the 30s and shit. Yeah. My grandma grew up with him, and she knew him.
That's what we're talking about, like the 40s.
Yeah, my grandma though, she got to go to Willie Pep, Sandy Sadler at Madison Square Garden in '41. She got to see that fight. She's still alive.
Pep was great for that because you know we have to really, and guys, I don't want people getting mad at me when I say this. I'm not downplaying Willie Pep, but that was the 40s when not many guys did that. And that was kind of new, and nobody really moved like that. Nobody's defense was like that, nor did many people have the ability to do that. Now you're talking about today's day and age with a guy like Rigondeaux, who's angles and everything else, and he's all over. He's a 2-time gold medalist.
Yep.
He could fight. I don't see that shit happening against Rigondeaux. Sorry.
Steven wants to know, again, because he probably missed it. Who are you guys taking as Spence Porter? I'm taking Errol Spence. Kelly, who are you taking? Spence Porter.
I got to go with Spence in a tough fight.
It's going to be a tough fight.
For however long it goes.
Darren says, if in fact Canelo Kovalev fights does happen, I think it'd be a mistake for Canelo to move back to 60. I don't. I think that's where he belongs at. I don't think he belongs any higher than 68. Those are monsters at 68, 75.
The Quags goes, B-ball, yeah, I agree. He goes, B-ball is too big for Canelo. And Kovalev ain't?
You're right. B-ball's 168 now.
Kovalev is bigger than like an inch.
2 inches. 2 inches.
Inch and a half taller. I say inch and a half taller than.
Well, we know
Bivol.
We know Bivol's 5'11". We've seen him, and he's narrow. He's not like
2
Kovalev.
inches, because Kovalev is about 6'1".
Yeah.
And we know that he's heavier.
Well, obviously Bivol's moving to 68 because he walks around at 76, so he's 1 pound over his fight weight.
Steve Z says Zurdo's moving to 175. How do you guys think he does with that top, guys? Zurdo would hurt somebody.
At
175?
Oh, no. So, I thought you were talking about, never mind. I thought you were talking about Canelo and Zurdo. No, I'm not big on Zurdo.
I think Canelo beats Zurdo now. I think that's a fight that Canelo could win.
But I'm not big on Zurdo myself. I think him and Munguia, I think they're both kind of overrated. I think so. I think we've seen the best out of what these guys can do. I think we've seen the top of their game. You know what I mean? And I'm not impressed. I think Hogan beats Munguia again if they fight, and I think the Brazilian kid, Rogers kid, can beat either one of them.
I can't remember.
Patrick Teixeira. I think
he's a good fighter.
I think Patrick beats them guys too. So,
Quag goes, I think Joe Smith would clip Ramirez.
I don't know. Joe's looking old, man. Joe's looking old, bro. I don't know.
Damon said, Justin, it was hilarious. Mom had on Cherokee Stonewashed jeans, a teal jacket with tight waistband, high tops with Newports and a Bud Light.
She did.
My type of woman.
She did. I said, holy shit.
Next fight, I'm hanging out in the lobby the entire time. I'm gonna have the video camera on.
Yeah, you were.
I ain't missing.
That's hey, but we know where to find you every fight at least.
They're going to get veggie stuff for fucking Brainford.
Yep. Every time we go though, I'll tell you one thing about Justin. Every we go, he makes friends. Like he makes all these new friends every time we go somewhere.
Man.
Yeah,
his dopamine's up, man. He has a social drink.
Justin's like, hey, this is my new friend. He's the CEO for TWA Airlines. Like, how the fuck did you meet him?
Hey, anything come up on Instagram? No.
There's people watching. It's not
Esteban says Esteban said, either of you guys know the late Ricky Womack, Mark Breland's teammate? I really don't. In 93 or 94, I was at Kronk. I trained there for about 6 weeks. I was sparring, getting some experience in, and he would come in and out of the gym. He was never boxing or nothing. He'd just come and hang out. That's the only thing I've really never spoke to him a couple times. It was just awesome to see him. So, yeah, I don't have any story on Ricky Womack other than I've met him. Do you?
Nope. Kevin Carter says, hey, did you guys, who, Bomac, Crawford's guy?
What?
Yeah. I don't know. I know him from, Crawford.
Who,
obviously,
Bomac?
Yeah, obviously he's been around the sport, though.
Oh, Bomac watches the show.
Long time.
You see Bomac on the show watching.
Yeah.
He wants to train you.
Hell yeah.
Bomac wants to bring you to camp, Kelly.
That's an idea.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I'll get back to my old ways.
Go back to Colorado, huh?
Mm-hmm. Kevin Carter said, hey, did you guys see when Chisora lost his mind at the press conference?
No.
Was that for publicity or real bargaining? I live in the same boxers like Usyk and Chirosa. Guy's a little off.
You know what? I don't know. I didn't see it. You guys probably know. If you can, a lot of times you saw fighters selling wolf tickets, or if they're actually crazy. So like Shannon Briggs, he's always selling wolf tickets. He's just talking shit. But then there's some guys that are literally crazy, like the Charlos. I believe the Charlos are absolutely fucking nuts.
Johnny Tapia was absolutely nuts.
Johnny Tapia was a good dude,
but super nice. Yeah, I agree. But Johnny Tapia was a guy that I'm glad I never hung out with outside of training camp, because we would have been fucking TMZ'd.
Yeah. Oh God, Johnny. I'll tell you what. Did you ever hear the story with
I mean, cool, innocent. You know what I mean? Like, nothing. He wasn't out robbing, shooting,
he
killing
just
people.
Fucking having a good time.
Wow.
Well, there was a good story.
Yeah.
Johnny was training. Johnny and Michael Carbajal were together in California training, and they saw this. They saw this guy get robbed. Johnny did, and Michael Carbajal saw this homeless guy get robbed. They chased the dudes down, and they beat up like 7 fucking dudes. Both of them did.
Yeah, that's dangerous shit too. You seen what happened with Vernon?
Oh, I know, but
I see somebody get robbed. I'm sorry to tell you, but
yeah, man, it depends who. But
I see it.
But you know how Johnny is. Johnny didn't give a shit about that. You know what I mean? Johnny and Michael Carbajal, I guess, whooped these dudes' ass, man.
Steve Clark says, Gio Chance Canelo fights David at 168. Nah.
Who?
Benavidez.
Oh, no.
Oscar wouldn't let that happen. I don't blame him.
No, Benavidez is a monster. And I wasn't real big on Benavidez, I'm be honest. I was gonna be honest, but I'm just the guy has gotten so good. Darren says, any word on Bivol fighting next? No, I don't, but I know that he was moving down. So anybody in the 68 division can get it, I guess. I would like to see Bivol and Benavidez eventually.
Mm-hmm. The Quags goes, who do you guys taking, Taylor or Prograis? It's a close fight.
I'm taking Prograis.
Oh, that's a hard fight for me. I ain't picking that one yet.
You're not?
No. What is that? It's coming up, ain't it?
It's coming up. But here's what I was thinking, Kelly, and I brought it up.
I always like picking closer to the fight.
I know you do. I pick now, that way I can forget.
Close, man.
But if I pick now, and then they say I picked, I say, no, I didn't. I picked Taylor.
The close fights like that, I always wait up to the fucking
I know
final
you do.
bell.
I know you do. You wait till.
YouTube, man. Your decision's marked.
Oh, I know. No, I'm picking Prograis. Let me tell you why.
That's why I say when people argue, look at our picks compared to everybody else's. Our shit's documented.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, roll that beautiful bean.
That was a great commercial. Did you ever see that one that meme where it says when that girl sends you that picture of her masturbating and it has that dog? It says roll that beautiful bean footage.
Dude, I thought that one was funny. I sent you today.
It was good. I was gonna save it for tonight. But let me tell you why I picked Prograis. Taylor got hit a lot in this last fight against the Russian kid. And if that kid's going to lay some leather on you like that, what do you think a guy like Prograis is going to do? Who can actually crack, who can put you to sleep at any time? I think, and styles make fights, but Prograis is a damn close style to that guy that Taylor just fought. He's faster, stronger, and he's more skilled. I'm going with Prograis.
Your pick may slowly get me going with Prograis too.
George just asked this. Floyd Mayweather versus Ryan Garcia at 135. Floyd would have beat the brakes and rotors off Ryan Garcia.
They would have definitely had handcuff Mayweather.
They would have had
after the fight.
They would have had
that was put out.
They would have had to put a muzzle on him so he didn't fuck him afterward.
Yeah, you didn't put a muzzle on so he didn't kiss him while he was fucking him.
That's a whole different level, man. Ryan Garcia would have beat nobody in that top 5 at 135 at that time. I mean, Ryan's too young. Ryan's a good fighter, but he still has some growing.
I don't think Ryan Garcia beats the top guy at 135.
He don't beat them now. He's
young though. I mean, that's kind of.
He's not. Ryan's not as progressing as fast as his teammates.
Everybody, progresses different in boxing, and some kids mature different than other guys, and you have to bring them along different. I mean, that's the way it works. And not saying, I mean, Ryan Garcia could turn out to be a great fighter.
I think being with Team Canelo is helping him. It's making him a better fighter.
Yeah.
But when it comes to his peers, which are like Shakur, Conlon, Clarissa Shields, Virgil Ortiz, he's not where they're at right now. And it's nothing bad. It's just people progress different. And Ryan still makes a lot of physical mistakes that he hasn't paid for yet. And I think the only way he's going to figure out is when he does pay for those mistakes.
Now, here's one right here. Kevin Carter says, yes, I love Tapia. I like to see Lomachenko fight a tough MFer like Tapia.
He'd beat Tapia too. Do you know who was crazy? You were speaking of crazy, legitimately crazy. Barrera and Eric Morales were legitimately crazy.
Yeah, they were.
Dude, every press conference, they punch each other in the face.
Mm-hmm. But everybody they fought, they were like, Barrera, he walked right in with a guy like Nassim, Prince Nassim.
Punch him in the face too.
Yeah, and then in the fight, he didn't care. He went in like, okay, I noticed Nassim Ahmed could hit like a son of a bitch.
He don't care.
He didn't care. He walked right in with that. He didn't care.
He had a great chin.
Yeah.
But then, but remember when he fought Junior Jones? What did he do? Junior's our homie too. He punched Junior Jones right in the fucking mouth.
I was watching that this morning too. Junior Jones.
Good fight.
Talk about a guy come at you like not really slick. I mean, slick enough, but he came at you, man, to hurt you. He could hit, man. He whacked people. Damn, my boy
true.
Junior. I gotta
reach out to him.
We always bust
We always see him. Hey, he comes and he took my credential last time.
I get stuck with him at the Boxing Hall of Fames and everything now. It's
Junior.
Yeah.
It's funny though. It's either Junior Jones that's fucking with us or Jerry Cooney that's fucking with us every time we go somewhere. I'm telling you what. Next time Jerry Cooney punches me in the face or the leg or my ear, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Just sue him.
Jerry Cooney punches me. Does he hit you every time too?
Serious money.
Jerry Cooney hits you too.
Yeah. No, but listen, I ain't gonna lie. Junior Jones though, at the Hall of Fames, at the International and this last one in Atlantic City. He actually, though, because you don't really know the people at these things, and you're kind of there and you're sitting, and he, it was me and him, just like, and he's funny, man. It makes the time go fast.
He is funny. S1 has a good question. What was the downfall, in your opinion, of former heavyweight champ Michael Grant? There was no downfall. He just wasn't as good as he was advertised to be.
Who's that?
Michael Grant. Remember him? He fought Lennox.
Yeah.
The problem is they were looking for another 6'6", 250-pound football player, and they thought Michael Grant was the guy.
I mean, he made some noise for a little bit
against fighting guys but when he stepped up Lennox, it was 2 rounds and it was over. I don't think there was never a downfall. There was never an upfall for him to have a downfall. I just think Michael Grant was good for what Michael Grant was.
The Quags.
Commentators on your fight pass, talking about how great this guy was going to be because he's a football player.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And you were nice enough to not.
Didn't they just see?
Well, I said, a lot of these guys come in, heavyweights.
Didn't they just see? What was that? Seth Mitchell. That Seth Mitchell was supposed to be the next big heavyweight champ, and he went to sleep too. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying no football players are bad. I'm just saying they just don't seem to do well in boxing. They don't make the transition well.
All right, we got one more, and we got to go. This one is the Quags. He says, Comey versus Lopez. Who you guys got?
I'm going to take Lopez.
Ooh.
I'm going to take Teofimo over Comey.
I got to go with Teofimo.
Teofimo's skilled, and the thing with Comey...
he's not fighting, and Comey's not 6'1".
And I'm going to tell you one thing about Comey. He fights that same African style where you come forward and you try to overpower. You can't overpower it. And we said it before. In those countries like Cuba and Africa, they've never adjusted, they've never adapted, and they're always pushing and trying to outmuscle you. And when they can't outmuscle you, it's curtains.
Yeah.
Navarrete proved that too. Quaitons. Navarrete just proved it with the other kid. Ike Corte, it happened to him, and it happens. And
Ricky said, he just goes, Comey was eating a lot of punches from Beltran.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. And Teofimo is sharp. King said, "What's up, fellas? Ain't seen the show." Well, I'm happy you're back, King. I appreciate it. But hey, great show, Kelly, as always.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We will see you guys next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tune in on the Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube.
Subscribe, like, and share, and hit the bell icon.
Keep an eye out for the Sweet Science Plus app.
Yep, the Sweet Science Plus app. That's Kelly's boxing app, where you'll actually learn how to box on real technique with former championship contender Billy Lyle and 3-time world champion
IBF,
Kelly.
Released on Sunday?
It's either the Sunday or the 22nd now, but it's going to be one of the Sundays. And then you get not only with that from the fighters, world champions, you get the great nutrition plan, great workout plan, and diet.
That's
plan.
what I need. I need a nutrition plan. Thank you, Max.
And
Max,
recipes.
Max watching in writing class. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it for watching. Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
But
Thanks, Quags, man. Thanks for.
if you guys have any questions, you can ask questions on the Punchline page. Somebody will answer them for you. One of us will.
Yeah, that goes to the YouTube people too, or the YouTube guys.
too. Yep.
Go over to the Punchline page if you want to talk throughout the week, but come back to the YouTube after.
Yes, but also if you go to the page, there's boxing content every day being posted. Just do not troll the page because you're getting trolls. They get kicked out. But there's boxing videos, all kind of updates, and all kind of cool stuff going on that page.
We send people after you.
We do.
I'm joking.
We send the cartel after you.
I'm joking. That's a straight joke.
No, we send the cartel after you. No. What's the app name again? Your app name? The app?
The Sweet Science Plus.
It's Sweet Science Plus, King. And
it'll be out. We'll let you guys know.
it comes out, and it's like I said, it's Kelly and Billy Lyle, and they're breaking technique down. They're showing you technique. It's pretty awesome. I didn't get invited because they didn't want me to make the app look better.
That's true.
I would have made everybody's talent look a little less having me on there. So they said, no, Jay, you stay home and man the tank. I said, okay, I'll do that.
Would it have been called the Sweet Science Minus?
James Dominguez. All right. You guys have a great week.